can unplug it from there. It's to the USB, so you can unplug.
Okay. You can well up. Why? Low light.
The camera move on. Keep moving the camera. No, sit on this and move the thing towards you. The camera. You want the camera. No, the screen.
Yeah. A little bit better.
I can't join. Something is not allowing me.
You can't join now. YouTube or,
I'm not able to join.
Really? Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me? All of you?
Yeah, I can hear you, Guru.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Thank you. Namaskaram. Kumar, okay? Amma, vanakkam. Hi, Preeti. Preeti, can you hear me? All right, you can hear me too. Good.
Yeah.
Videos parallel. Okay, let's go.
I'll just see if I can join. Still not allowing.
Oh, so nice.
Because I'm on the phone. Put it on.
Okay.
Better? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm turning off. I'm leaving the meeting.
Turn up and see whether the noise goes away.
No, it will not come. So I'm going to turn it off. Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay, let's start.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Namah Suryaya Chandraya Mangalhaya Budhaya Cha Guru Shukra Shani Vescha Rahuve Ketuve Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
First pranayam, inhale deeply, exhale deeply. Inhaling Va, exhaling Si, only by breath, 7 times. Follow me through.
Rishi, my battery is dying. That's not taking the video.
Om Kiriya Babaji Namo. Om Kiriya Babaji Namo. Om Kiriya Babaji Namo. Hmm. 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 Pranayam. First of all, pranayam. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply. Through Sushumna Nadi. Inhaling Ha by breath. Exhaling C 7 times. Following it through. Step 2 pranayam, halfway through. Inhale deeply and exhale halfway. 7 times. Follow me through. Step 3 pranayam. Inhaling deeply, exhaling a single breath. 7 times. Follow me through. Inhaling Va and exhaling C. Again, when we consider ourselves, we consider physical body, mind, feelings, energy. So when we pray for something, as we are praying for getting out of this COVID-19, we have to include body, physical body, non-physical mind, a sukshma mind, non-sukshma feelings, non-physical feelings, and also energy. So during meditation time, how many of you felt some tingling sensation or some gravitational force? You feel that? That is your energy. Feelings, I know, all of you know how do you feel it. Many of you may not have felt the energy part. That you can do with the meditation, the tingling sensation you have, or during pranayam, something crawling through your backbone or your spinal cord, that is the energy. When that energy is acting, it is very difficult to control. Right? So that we are getting control of that energy, feeling of the energy there with the meditation. So that is the one which acts on us. Sometimes we don't know why we are acting that way, with that energy. So that energy coming under control. So whenever you pray something, pray for something or affirmation, you have to include all this and then affirm or pray. That will give you most result, most preferential result. Okay, all of you know one of the advantage of doing meditation repeatedly, that you do get what you want as you want. So you have to be very careful what you're wanting or what you're asking for, particularly when you pray with all these different parts of the body: physical body, sukshma body, and non-physical body, which is mind, and then your feelings and energy. So once again, with that in mind, with the body, with the mind, with the feelings, with the energy, we're praying the Almighty through our Guru Babaji for us to get out of this COVID-19 as early as possible, so that we can return to normalcy, normal life. So let's pray for Dhanvantri and sincerely pray with all these 4 different parts of ourselves. Yes, she go ahead.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kiriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kiriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kiriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kiriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kiriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kiriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaye Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaye Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaye Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogya Nadaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo. How many of you could do the second meditation without any problem? Any question on the second meditation? That's a very important part we have been trying to focus on. By the way, any question on the first level meditation? If you have any questions you want to review through, you can always go to the YouTube video under the Yoga University and go search for Theory of Meditation. That is the video you saw before I gave the mantra to all of you. All right, so you go to the Theory of Meditation. There are two parts to it. Theory of Meditation 1, Theory of Meditation 2. I think first one runs around 10 minutes, second one about 2 or 3 minutes. So anything about first meditation, first level meditation, if you have questions, go through that, theory behind it. You have to be very clear on the theoretical concept, and then you can do. Second level meditation is on the presence of Babaji with us, and also the third eye or Shurumani part, where you're supposed to focus about 10 or 15 minutes maximum. And I told you the location of that third eye of Shurumani, making a line from ear to ear and making a line. Today, I'm going to tell you one more technique by which you can identify or focus on it, okay? So if you could, all of you, if you could keep your fingers like this, focus, keep your fingers. இது வந்து இந்த middle finger வந்து touch பண்ணணும். Like this. Put these two fingers here, your finger there, and put it like this. And then put these three fingers together, then join them. Join them like this. There is a name for this in Tamil. Maybe we can use the same word. It is called Chitrakudam. Chitrakudam or Artist Lab. Chitrakudam. You can imagine a Chitrakudam. This is what the Siddhas say. Now, these two are our two eyes. These two are our two eyes. Okay, these two are two eyes. And Chitrakudam is the place where your middle finger touches. Imagine this middle finger like this. Imagine the middle finger like this. These are the two eyes. And you go to the center of your head. Okay, Chitrakudam. So here is your eyes. Here is your pupa right in the center. And we make a line. This line crosses through here. Okay, so when you are trying the second meditation, you can imagine this. You are supposed to focus on this part where you have the middle finger touches. So these are the two eyes. This is the Shurumani, the third eye, inside your head, the center of your head. Okay, so that is a focus of the third eye or the Shurumani. Very, very powerful meditation, and all the Siddhas recommend this. All the Siddhas ask you to do this after transcendence. You cannot do this in the beginning itself. Because of your interest, don't do in the beginning itself. You have to do the first meditation, which is with the Bija Mantra. With the Bija Mantra, go to the transcendent level, and then go to the Chitrakuda, or the third eye. Okay? Any question on that so far? Any question on the first meditation or second meditation? Put these two fingers ready like this, and then put it this way. And this finger goes to the center.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This is the first day I'm a part of this group. So I have to go to the YouTube link to start at the first level.
Oh, is that Meera? Hi, Meera.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to, I will send you the link to see the video. You watch the video, that is the theory of the meditation, and then I have to give you a mantra, okay? For the first one, meditation. Have you ever learned any other meditation before?
Yeah, in school we used to do meditation as a part of our daily after prayer for 10 minutes. And then we had a 40 minutes class to do meditation. So we were given mantra for that.
Okay, so you have a mantra, you know how to meditate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so until you get the your instruction, because we have a different way of doing the meditation, because our focus in the meditation and our Siddha Kriya Yoga used to attain diseaselessness, agelessness, and deathlessness. So with that focus, we are changing all the focus up towards this. So many of them go for mukti, spirituality, and all those stuff. But Siddhas mainly they talk about Pini Muppu Sakar in Tamil. That means Pini means disease, Muppi is aging, Sakar means death. So that is what they focused on. Our meditation is only on that part. So it is a little different. So you have to have a different kind of mantra and also a different kind of theory, and slowly you will get to understand. But if you go to YouTube and Yoga University of America, there are a lot of videos there. So in that video, search for theory of meditation 1 and 2. And many of the information we talked about here for the past about 4 or 5 years, many of them are videos. So whenever you have time, go through, you'll have some theory. Theory on which we are doing it. Until you get some proper bija mantra and the second level meditation, do whatever you know. Do whatever you know for 30-40 minutes. Okay? But satsang, you can join us. Satsang is same for all the meditation, all the theory. There's no difference. You have some clarity there, Meera? That does answer your question.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Shyamji, you have some comments on that?
Yes, I did have a question, Manohar. When you said Chitrakulam, right?
Yeah.
So this is my eye.
Yeah.
This is the my so.
This is going to be inside. So the third, if you keep it like this is like this, but then this finger touches your forehead, right? But it is not the outside periphery. It has the middle of the brain. Remember, that is why the first technique I told, make a line through the ears, this line, and the line through here, then wherever it intersects, inside the brain. Imagine 3-dimensional view of the brain. Here, here, and inside. And if you do it this way, this will give you the focus. So do these two eyes you have, the pupil you have the center. Imagine make a line there, maybe the optic nerve I was talking about going inside and somewhere here, the center. Okay. These are some of the methods it does say. Yeah, go ahead.
Chitrakutam, Manohar, what is that terminology? What does it mean? Chitrakutam is like
Yeah, Chitrakutam in this is Siddha's what do you call twilight language. They never tell openly to all the people. So Chitrakutam is, this is what real Chitrakutam is. They always say in the Tamil poems, they always say focus on the Chitrakutam. They won't say what is Chitrakutam, what is everything. People don't know. So for us, since we are following Siddhas, we are taking out all the knots. When they say Chitrakutam, this is what they mean. This is what they mean by Chitrakutam. Remember, I was telling you the poem of Siddhas. One of the Siddhas says, கண்ணுக்கு எதிரே காதோர மத்தியிலே உள்நாக்கு மேலே உள்ளூர புதுமை உண்டு உள்நாக்கு மேலே உள்ளூர புதுமை கண்டால் that it goes like that. That means you make a line between the ears, line between the eyes right here, wherever it intersect, above your tonsils, you know the tonsil, right? Little tongue. Above your tonsils, 1 inch above is the Surumane. So for that, so that's a typical, this is a very twilight language, Tamil. So it's very difficult to say that. That is why I was telling, make a line here, make a line here, go to the center of the brain, above your tonsils. That is the place where the Surumane, Chitrakutam is there. Chitrakutam joins. Okay? This is another way. Yeah. Okay? Get it? Yeah. Shyamji, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to your instructions.
Yeah.
I have trained myself in Ashtanga Yoga.
Right. Today we're going to talk about that, Shamji. We're going to talk a little bit on Ashtanga Yoga. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, see, here is the Ashtanga Yoga is started by Patanjali.
Yes.
And is the ancient sages. And what Ashtanga Yoga versus Siddha Yoga, I'm kind of
yes.
also in, and the reason I'm trying to build a bridge between North and South, and the Siddha Yogas are ancient to the Ashtanga Yoga.
Yeah.
Because Siddha Yogas are direct. Okay, when we had Adi Yogi, everybody knows Mahashiva.
Yes.
And he, Adi Yogi, and out of that Adi Yogi, Saptarishis came, and he was teaching. One of the Saptarishi, Agastha Mahamuni, came to South.
Yeah.
And imparted that knowledge to Siddhas.
Yes.
So when imparted the knowledge to Siddhas,
yeah,
actually the pure knowledge that you got directly from Mahadev, Shiva, because what happened is in North has been invaded by many outsiders and it got distorted.
Yes.
And if you go to India, the only place that is still not that many places not distorted is South India and Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to Tamil Nadu, you have to go to Tamil Nadu because that's where they really didn't get distorted.
Yeah.
And why I went to Tamil Nadu. That's why you see all the temples, all the those. That is really you can get the wisdom from there.
Yeah.
And even with Ramana Maharshi and others great people, because the reason is it's not other places that you are telling to the people. Now I'm going to share with them Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga is 8 limbs of yoga. It starts with the Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dhana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So what is that?
Okay, Shamji, is amazing. Today's topic is exactly. I'm telling you go ahead, finish it.
Yama Niyamas are to build the character. What do's and don'ts, what you should do. That is interior, exterior, astaya, aparigraha. These are the things what we should mind. We have to build our character first. And then you do asanas, then you do pranayama, then you do pratyahara. These are step-by-step process. You have to a state of blissful state. Now, what you are doing, Dr. Manoharan, is you are bringing to dharana, that is meditation level.
Yeah.
That is the 6th step of Ashtanga Yoga, 7th step, which is very close to blissful state.
Yeah.
So I'm just, okay, that is good. That's what you're telling. These are all mudras. You're talking about chakra, chitra. These are all mudras. They're very powerful.
Yeah.
That's why you're telling you have to be careful.
Yeah.
So this is, there are many, sometimes we need to understand this process. It is something that they need to understand. We cannot just tell them what is a Pythagoras theorem. If you know mathematics, you can teach them calculus until you start simple mathematics. Same way, yoga is not something you can learn in 1 minute, 1 hour, or one day, or 1 year. It is a lifelong process, and you have to see. If you are very lucky, you start at very young age. But I really appreciate what you are doing and what you are telling the people. And one more thing is, you have to do daily practice, not just coming to satsang on Sunday. Do it daily, every day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And my best advice to you all is Brahma Muhurta is between 5 and 6 in the morning. You get up early in the morning, get everything, and 5 and 6 is the mind is very clear, and you do before sunrise. And then when the sunrise comes, open it. And another thing is, I want to tell you guys, make sure where you are doing these things is got light. You need to have sunlight. You have to have complete light has to come. Sunlight or light. And then airflow. You have to have airflow from one area to another. So you feel the breeze. These are the important parts when you're doing the meditation. So I just want to add these things because when I'm sitting here in my living room, I have my front door is open, my back door is open. There is a cross breeze. That means that vayu, that oxygen, everything this is all very important, but we cannot do. But Siddhas used to sit outside and they were getting all these things. But now we are sitting in four walls and we cannot get the energy moving. So please do that. Please learn this thing technique from Dr. Manoharan and learn these things, then you get the benefit.
Thank you, Shyamji. You know what? This is amazing that whenever I'm going to talk about some topic, I don't know, it's Babaji or something. Somebody gives a background. It is so amazing to me, and so I'm just shocked now because I was even in I remember Shyamji. You remember in Saint Lucia before I talk, before my talk came, this lady Deepa, right?
Supriya.
The one from Orlando.
Supriya.
Deep. Alpa. See, Alpa was talking before me, and she was telling me about Annamaya Kosa, Pranamaya Kosa, Vijnanamaya Kosa, Anandamaya Kosa, everything, right, in Sanskrit. That is what I was going to elaborate too much, and she gave the background in front of me. I even told in the conference that she gave the footstone for me, and then I elaborated Siddha's way of expression much more in detail, right? You know that. And exactly today's topic, I'm going to talk about Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga, and you're giving the background. That is amazing. Babaji's blessings are sometimes amazing. Today, I'm going to talk about the Shyamji. You will see the difference. You will see why we have different kind of meditation, everything. Okay, very good. Good background. Yeah, you will get the idea. Okay. Do you want to talk a little bit about last class?
Last class was about how to control your energy, mind, and body.
No, last class was
about the mind.
It was about mind, manas,
Siddham,
buddhi, siddham, ahankara. That's the part.
That's what you want me to talk?
Yeah, go ahead. Can you hear Jayshree now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go.
Okay. So last class we were talking about satsang and how sadhana was very important, and also to the fact that how to take baby steps and slowly increase your time for sadhana. And as you increase your time, this sadhana increase in time is usually exponential. So don't be too anxious and don't do things too quickly. Things will happen in its due course and it will take time. However, every effort you put in will have its own benefit and it has to give its own result. So cause will follow with its own effect. So we were talking the class before about how the normal body, mind, feelings, and energy were there. And then we decided, then we talked about the comparison as how one would feel when your body is in a higher elevated state of meditation, where how the body changes, mind changes, feeling changes, and energy changes in order to be in that blissful state that he was describing. So the first thing that we have to control, last class he was mentioning, that energy has to be controlled, because that energy then controls your mind, and then your mind controls your body. So so by controlling the energy, one should also feel that gravitational force or the pull that reaches down to transcendence when during our meditation. And this should be a very slow and a steady process. And one should feel it and enjoy it. So most of the siddhas are in that ecstasy stage and therefore like to remain in that ecstasy stage. So he went in further detail to talk about our mind, and which I'm going to elaborate today. So mind, as he said, has four constituents: manas, buddhi, siddham, and ahankar. Now these are the four limbs of the mind. And all four limbs of the mind has to be working together and in conjunction for our mind to be peaceful. Mind usually goes back and forth between our past and our future. And this is where we have to control and try to bring the mind to the present. Now we're going to talk about the manas part. The manas part always is the part of the limb of the mind that talks about the past or the future. Now, this happens when in depression, and this is where the Saturn, that is a planet, comes and acts and puts their part into it, and the weaknesses of the mind take over. Now, therefore, the Buddhist practice was always to keep the mind in its present state. He cited an example about artists that take a month in the Buddhist practice, take up to a month to draw something, and then they destroy it immediately. This is to train the mind so that it can keep its practice to be in its present state. Also, he said that do not give the intelligence a chance to go with manas. Every thought, when you are starting to think about your past or your future, every thought uses energy and that energy gets wasted. So hope to control your mind, which is the first limb of your of the mind. The second limb of your mind we talked about was buddhi, which is the sharpness of the mind. Now, this is the sharpness of the brain, not the sharpness, not the knife that we were talking about, but this is the sharpness of the brain. And this buddhi limb of the mind helps us in learning new things, like new languages and other non-spiritual education usually stays in this part of the mind. However, the spiritual knowledge that we gain from this satsang or from any other area that we go for usually transcends up to 7 generations. For example, he said that mantras will come, and you will learn the mantras. They will go on to a long way until the physical body also disappears and goes and beyond. So he gave the example of you using meditation to transcend through your karmas, and through satsang using your buddhis to transcend into completely for new knowledge. Now, new knowledge is retained by our buddhi. So always keep it sharp and try reaching out, reading spiritual things or watch something new in the spiritual world, because life is a learning process. Now, the third part of the constituent or the limb of the mind is siddham. Siddham is the clarity part of the mind. This is the decision-making capacity of the mind. It is the mind that gives you the inner strength. And you catch this knowledge so that you cannot lose this. So do not get pulled down, since it's a very rare knowledge. Hold it and do not always be standing on the fence. So you make a decision and you follow it through. So siddham is that part of the limb of the mind that gives you clarity and makes you stay on the path of spirituality through jnana. Jnana is the one that you hold on to it and experience it. And unless you experience jnana, you cannot move, you will not be able to translate it and give it to you. And face that challenge. Whenever you get a challenge, face that challenge and use that arivu or that first tattva that was taught to us, which is intelligence. The last limb of our mind was ahankar. And this is not to be mistaken for ego in Hindi, which ahankar also means ego in Hindi. But in this part of the mind, this is usually your vairagya or the driving force. So what was told last class was to whip it and use it and drive your laziness out of it. So this is that inner energy that you get. And this is the Shakti part of the mind, which keeps you that energy and pushes you to get all the things done. So ahankar is that part of the mind that do not use it in a very wrong way. Do not make decisions when ahankar has been initiated. And he cited the example of Shakti, who Adiparashakti, when she gets very angry, then takes Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, all of them, to pray to cool her down. So ahankar is that driving force to get that work done. However, if ahankar is not used, then one becomes a slave to the mind, and then guilt is going to start following. Use this ahankar part to do one's duty towards all physical body.
I think that's it, yeah. Okay, so this is one of the very important lessons, because only Siddhas have discovered properly what is mind. There are many scriptures, there are many things which will talk a little bit on the mind, happiness, sadness, and this and that, but with very clear-cut idea, very clear-cut definitions and clarity. Only Siddhas have found out. That is why this lesson was given last class. Mind as different parts. Mind has different constituent. We use different times. When we use only one part alone, then if you don't use the other parts, it will just degrade it. We're not using a complete potential. So sometimes one part is being used repeatedly and will give us problem. Say some people, manas will keep on going the past or keep on going the future, and it loses ability. But you have to use it sometimes and then forget it. Same with buddhi. You never learn new things. You just keep whatever you learn, use it, and when you don't use new things, and that part of the mind which is learning new, that will be lost. Don't lose any part of the mind. It's a valuable thing given to us. Same thing with the siddham, decision part. Make sure you take decision here and after often. Make sure you use that part very clearly, like holding tight. Siddhas always say, once you get the clarity of understanding, hold it. It's the spiritual path. Babaji is your guru. Siddha path as your knowledge. Jnana path. We're all using the Jnana path. So trying to understand many of these things intellectually. That is why this kind of practice, meditation, and satsang is a little different from other side. Because some of the other part of the teachings and meditation, they just teach you some mantra and this, but they won't explain to you what is happening and what is going on and everything. Here in Babaji's teaching in Kriya Yoga, you understand everything what is going on. That is why we have the satsang for clarity. What is going on within you? Have you understood? Are you experiencing? All those things are going on. It's like science. You says a theory and practice, lab practice. Whether you do the experiment here in States or in China or India or Japan, you're going to get the same result. Same with these techniques, what we are using. All the humans who have the physical body, mind, and spiritual body, soul, everybody has this capacity. Everybody is supposed to experience it. So it's scientifically tested. And the last part is, of course, ahankar, ego. It's not ego. Ahankar is not ego, but using our inner strength. Inner strength, very, very important. Developing inner strength is one of the aims of meditation. Inner strength. Come what may, I will follow this. Come what may, I will be like this. Come what may, I will hold on to this. That is called inner strength. Never moving. So depression and this thing and all those things come because there is no inner strength. Remember, I was giving an example last class, the way the elephant walks. Elephant walks with the strength of an elephant. That's what one of my gurus, Maharishi Maheshi, always talks about. Inner strength is very, very important. So that is the last part, which is ahankar. With the inner strength, you do this, certain things. All right. So, time not 15 minutes. Okay. So today, as I was telling you before, we are going to talk about one of the siddhas, Patanjali Siddha. One of the 18 siddhas. He's a very, very important siddha. In fact, we have a picture. Jess is showing the picture in our meditation room. He's one of the very important siddhas for yoga. I know Shyamji was talking a little bit about Patanjali. As I was telling you, I was amazed. He is talking about that also as a background. He gave a little bit of background. Actually, he is one of the 18 siddhas, one of the important 18 siddhas. All of you were thinking and talking about Dhanvantari as one of the siddhas. We were praying for health. And Tirumular is there. Bhoganatha is there. All of the 18 siddhas we always talk about. We are touching some of their teachings. And Patanjali is one of the important siddhas because he was the original, the real person, a real siddha or spiritual scientist who started putting down all the yogic concepts as sutras. The book he wrote, the writing he had is called Patanjali Yoga Sutras. How many of you heard of this? Patanjali Yoga Sutras?
Yes, we have heard.
Okay. No, 1, 2. Yes, we have heard of that. We have a book on Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So when you come next time, I'll even show it to you. There are a lot of translations, a lot of ways people have interpreted in many, many languages, right from Sanskrit to English to Tamil and different languages of India and everything. Now, we have to talk about Patanjali because anywhere people want to study yoga, they always go to Patanjali. If you go in the Western world, particularly when they want to learn yoga properly from step by step, they go to Patanjali. And in fact, one of my gurus, Maharishi Maheshwari, who has the Maharishi University in Iowa, he also uses his techniques. And it's called TM, Transcendental Meditation, and then TM Siddhi. Now, Maharishi is a very, very smart man. Maharishi Maheshwari was a science graduate, and he was with Shankaracharya in Rishikesh for a long period of time before he came to States. Before people attracted, including Beatles and other people, followed him for a long time. So he established a big group, and he even started a university where I was teaching for some time, as I told you, as some of you know. Most of my background, deep background in the Vedic literature comes from there. And I have one of my other gurus, Vedatri Maharishi, who is a Siddha concept. So we have to applaud Maharishi, Swami Vivekananda, Swami Yogananda to bring all this knowledge to the West and also explain scientifically. And of course, our Babaji, Mahavada Babaji is also here, the Sukshma body, explaining many of these things to us. Now, today we're going to talk about Patanjali because he's one of the foremost yogis, foremost Siddha, who put everything in writing. In those days, before Patanjali, everybody will give it as a secret to go to those who are in the forest, those who completely went away from life. They will just whisper into the ears of other people, and then they will learn and practice. It was never written down. Patanjali was the first one to do this. So that is why whenever you talk about yoga, they always talk about Patanjali Siddhas. So he's one of the important Siddhas. Now, he talks about mind a lot. In his first sutra itself, he talks about mind. If some of you will go and read the original text of Patanjali, it's very, very small. I think it's about 150 or 200 sutras. Each sutra is only one line. 200 sutras, only about 3 or 4 pages. That is it. That is all he wrote. Some of you know, in Sanskrit, sutra means it is a knot. It's a knot. So you have to take out the knot to understand. The knots are very difficult to understand for people who are not deeply meditated, who are not meditative. That is why one of the reasons we talk about satsang after deep meditation, deep pranayam. So that way our mind is in a transcendental state, in a deep state, without many of the karmas, without many of the vibrations there. Okay, now there are a lot of different kind of interpretation. The only person, as far as I know personally, the best way it was delivered and interpreted was Maharishi Maheshwari, because he was a scientist. And that is why he was very, very successful in the West to spread the knowledge of yoga. His meditation is still there. If some of you are interested, you go and check Maharishi Maheshwari and Transcendental Meditation. It was in the West, now it has become a business. They charge about $500 for the first level initiation and so on. So forgetting about that, but still you can read about Maharishi Maheshwari a lot. Very, very interesting stories. So Maharishi always talks about Ashtanga Yoga of Patanjali. I think I'm glad Shyamji talked about that today. Ashtanga Yoga. That means 5 limbs of yoga. 5 limbs of yoga. He never said 5 steps. All the people later on, they interpreted this as 5 steps of yoga. But even Maharishi, Patanjali himself says there's only 5 limbs. I'm sorry, 8 limbs. Ashtanga, 8. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me. 8 limbs. Ashta means 8. Ashtavadaram. Ashtanga yoga. So Ashtanga, so 8 steps, right? 8 limbs of yoga. He never said 8 steps. I don't know where this thing came from. Maharishi Maheshwari always explains. As Shyamji is talking about today, I'm sure he has learned from many gurus, many people. I know Shyamji personally, in his lifetime, he's about 70, 75 now and going on very healthily and very, very interesting. Shyamji, thanks to you. And he has done a lot of learnings and do a lot of research. And so he's talking about from experience. Many of the teachers, many of the yoga teachers, 90% teachers, they always think these Ashtanga Yoga as steps. They think those 8 steps are, I'm sure Shamji knows very nicely, and even our Guruji Devaraj always talks about it. They call Yama. In Tamil, we say Yamam, Yama, Niyama, Tamil Niyamam, and then Asana, 3rd step, Pranayama, Pranayam, and then Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. Right, Shamji? These are the 8 steps.
Right.
Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. Yama, people always say the interpretation many people are using whenever they teach, they say it is different steps. You have to finish one step thoroughly and then go to the next step. You have to finish the other step thoroughly and then go to the next step. This is where Maharishi differed from all the rest of the people. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi and other learned people, including Babaji, including Baba's Kriya Yoga, they always say it is limbs of yoga. Whenever you say limbs, what are you talking about? Something which is attached to the body, right? Is always there. These are limbs, not separate steps. It has to be followed. Every yogi has to follow these 8 steps continuously. Not when Yama once, 2 years, 3 years, stop there, and then go to Niyama. And then asanas once, stop there, go to Pranayama, and then Pratyahara, and then Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. No. All these 8 has to be there simultaneously. That is the difference between Siddha's view and the Siddha's view and the some of the Patanjali's interpretation in the northern part. I think that is why he explained as north and south. In south, as I was telling, nothing is a theory. Everything has to be explained. I think many of your group members know, we always say the theoretical part of the knowledge has to be like a fruit on your hand. It has to be very clear. In Siddha Yoga, Kriya Siddha Yoga is more scientific, very clearly. All right. So here, there's nothing is hidden. Everything is clear. So here we are talking about logically. Okay. So Yama. Whenever we talk about Yama, it is talk about. We always talk about considering other. In the Kriya Siddha Yoga, we talked about the triangle. Remember, you, society, and nature. You always remember this three parts. So you have to do your duties properly. Those 3. Yourself, you have to make yourself clean all the time. You have to make yourself do the nitya karma, regular karma. Other people. The Yama part comes to other people. Discipline. Do not kill anything. Do not use. Do not disturb anything, even by mind, even by words. Do not disturb other humankind or other lives, even plants and animals, whatever. Respect them. If you have to use them, respect them, and then use them. Okay, for the life. That comes as a Yama part. Very important. The outside out of you. Niyama, under Niyama, this is the daily Nitya Karan, Nitya Karmas, where you have to take a bath, you have to do, in the olden days, they do Shiva Puja, they do some mantras and everything. That is called Niyama, right? So it is not the steps as some people think. You have to finish this very clearly and then go to the next step. Side by side, according to Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, on the Siddhas, this has to be done very clearly along with your yoga every day. You make sure you follow Yama, which is for other life. Make sure you do the Niyama, which is going to be for yourself. Clean. You have to do your duties. Remember, I was telling you guys, if you're trying to follow Siddhas and want to achieve what the Siddhas achieved, you have to keep your 5 senses clean. And we have instruments for that. Of course, we have some instruments and products which you are using. I have a lot of them. If some of you want to use, I said I can give it to you also. So please go to our website. There's a lot of information about it. Okay. So keep yourself clean. Yeah, Sharmi, go ahead.
Can I stop you for a minute? Can you please explain this in Tamil for my mother-in-law and my mother? Because they are lost. So can you just give them a brief introduction? Because most of it has been in English for the other audience, but these 2 people have been lost. So can you please explain the whole concept in Tamil for a minute?
Yes. We can share the question of time only. Okay. Amma, கேக்குதா உங்களுக்கு இப்போ நான் பேசுறது? 2 minutes. Okay, தமிழ்ல வந்து இயமம், நியமம், ஆசனம் அப்படிம்பாங்க. ஆசனம், தாரணம், தியானம், சமாதின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. 8 பதஞ்சலி யோக சூத்திரங்கள். தமிழ்ல வந்து பதஞ்சலி யோக சூத்திரங்கள். பதஞ்சலிங்கிற வந்து நம்ம 18 சித்தால அவர் ஒருத்தர். 18 சித்தால பதஞ்சலின்னு ஒருத்தர். பர்டிகுலரா அவர் வந்து ராமேஸ்வரத்துக்கு போனீங்கன்னா அவரோட ஜீவ சமாதி இருக்கு. For those who are want to know more about Patanjali, his Jiva Samadhi means somebody who sits when they are alive and then take their soul out of their body. So Patanjali, at the end of his one life, he took his body to Rameshwaram, where Shiva is there, Shiva Lingam is there, Ramalingam is there, and he left the body there. When you go to the temple, right in front of the temple, there is the Jiva Samadhi. You first pray and then go to the temple. நீங்க வந்து இதுக்கு ராமேஸ்வரம் போனீங்கன்னா இந்த முன்னாலே பதஞ்சலியோட இந்த ஜீவ சமாதி இருக்குதுமா, நீங்க போய் பாத்துறீங்களா? Anybody has gone to Rameshwaram to see that? ஆமாமா, நிறைய இடத்துல இவங்க சித்தர்கள் வந்து நிறைய இடத்துல வச்சிருக்காங்க அவங்க ஜீவ சமாதி. For Patanjali, Rameshwaram is a very important Jiva Samadhi. Just like Bhoganatha for Parani, Tirumular for Chidambaram, Konkanar for Tirupati. So like that, அது மாதிரி இவங்க பதஞ்சலி வந்து he has Jiva Samadhi in Rameshwaram. அவர் தான் வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல யோகா வச்சிருந்தாரு. அஷ்டாங்க யோகம்னு தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவாங்க. 8 limbs of yoga அப்படின்னா ஒரு 8 பிரிவு வச்சிருக்கிறாங்க. யோகத்தை பத்தி யாரு பேசினாலும் அதான் சொல்லுவாங்க. அதான் பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம் இப்போ. 8 பிரிவு. புரியுதுங்களா? உங்களுக்கு கொஸ்டின் தான் கேளுங்க, தமிழ்ல கேளுங்க.
அதான் நானும் சொன்னேன். ஏன்னா போன வாரம் அவங்களுக்கு புரியல அப்படின்னாங்க. நிறைய நேரம் உட்காந்து புரியல அப்படின்னாங்க. புரியலன்னா நிறுத்தி கேளுங்கம்மா. That's what Manohar tells you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Manohar.
So no problem. இன்னும் புரியலன்னா the end of the lecture we'll have a little more time in Tamil. Okay, so that way the flow doesn't go. So then once everybody is done, then I'll give a little bit on Tamil also, brief. Okay. All right. சொல்லுங்க, நீங்க சர்மி நீங்க வந்து அடிக்கடி சொல்லுங்க அவர்கிட்ட இது மாதிரி பதஞ்சலி பத்தி சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காரு. முடியல end of the thing he will give a brief அப்படின்னு சொல்லுங்க அவர்கிட்ட. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good.
Okay.
So we were talking about Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. As Shyamji was telling initially, most of the people teach that each one has to be done properly before going to the next step. Siddharth, because of a compassion, they directly goes to who am I? That is what we started to remember. First, you have to understand who you are. You're not only the physical body, you have the other bodies also. Remember, we talked about Shukshma body, Karya body, Karna body, Mahakarna body. So Siddharth's way of explaining things are a little different because, as I told you before, our main aim in this Babaji's Kriya Yoga, a Siddha Kriya Yoga, is to get a diseaseless body, 1, Pini, Mupu, ageless body, 3, deathless body. And we have evidences, we have examples to prove that how they got it. Babaji, our Guru himself is an example. He always looked like 16-year-old boy. That is the time he got this. It's called Swarupa Samadhi. And he has been living for 800 years. He got deathlessness. No disease will be part of him. So we are, as a group member, we are progressing the first step, which is the diseaseless part. So this is the one I'm trying to spread the message to everybody, at least introduce. All of you know, whenever they talk about Indian Oriental medicine, they always talk about only Ayurvedic medicine. They never talk that much about Siddha medicine for some reason. Because Siddha medicine only, Siddha way of looking that only these 3 are particularly focused. Diseaselessness, agelessness, deathlessness. That is why even during this COVID-19 thing came, there were a lot of people in some parts of Tamil Nadu who came and said, we have the medicine, we can cure it, we can do it. There are a couple of guys who are really serious about it. And one of them went to the level of even giving this explanation to Chinese people. And the Chinese people, you know what they did? They are so cunning. They went to their traditional Chinese medicine group. It's called TCM. They gave this formula to the TCM, where they have the herbal medicine people. They found the English name. They found their herbs. They made their own medicine. Now it is, they say, is officially their medicine. Now they are selling it to people in France and Italy and everybody, making lots of money. So in the Siddha's way, people in our part of the country, India, they do not expect money. They just want the people to have it. That is the open heart, open mind of Tamil Siddhas all the time. 18 Siddhas never worried because they attain everything. So what's the point? What's the point of having the money and gold? They attain everything. So that is why even today some of the Siddha doctors are so open-minded. Sometimes it becomes a weakness also, unfortunately. So that is why Siddhas have medicine for all these things, and they have devised 4,448 diseases which can come out of these three humors imbalance, which is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Okay, so do not doubt. How can they have a medicine for disease, something which is not even talked about or researched about? No, they are right because they have got that their knowledge is Purnam. They have completely researched. They have focused on this for a very long time, on this mind, body, and the humors and everything. So and it does work. Well, believe it or not, it does work. And these are common herbs we use in the kitchen. That is why I've been giving some of the formulas. And the real medicine Siddhas are prescribed for COVID-19. There's about 15 or 16 herbs. They are available. A couple of days I saw even the chief minister of Tamil Nadu, who is like governor of the states here, he was distributing that to all the people. It is called Kabasura Kudinir. All right, Kabasura Kudinir or Vadasura Kudinir. நீங்க பாத்தீங்களாமா தமிழ்ல எடப்பாடி வந்து கபசுர குடியில வந்து கொடுக்குறாரு இப்போ அதான் நடந்துட்டு இருக்குது இப்போ. So that is what going on. So everything is there. So everything is going on. So to be in short, we are going to go, I think because of the time, less time, I'm going to quickly say a few words about Ashtanga Yoga, and then we will do more on the next class also next week. Okay. So this Iyamam, Niyamam, Asanam, Pranayamam, Pratyaharam, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Okay. Niyama means something which you respect outside you. And Niyama means inside you, the Nitya Karma or Nitya Karan. Asanas, all of you know, that is the asana part or Hatha Yoga, where you do different kind of asanas. In Siddha Kriya Yoga, we have specific asanas only for the chakras. That's the only thing we do. A lot of different poses people try. We're not doing all those things. Either you do Surya Namaskar, or if you have time, I'll teach you some of the asanas for the chakras alone. Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, there are different asanas for it. That's what Babaji prescribes. So do not waste too much time on that, but you have to do side by side. If some of you are running and doing some exercise, that will activate some of the chakras also. And meditation also will activate, focusing on that. So that is asana. Pranayam, we do it. Pranayam, side by side, we do with meditation. Our pranayam is different. Remember that our focus is mainly to have diseaseless body. So our pranayam is holding a lot of pranic energy, pranic breath. We're not worried that much about Nadi Shuddhi and all those basic steps. Our focus is mainly to have a body which has more preventive effect. Strong body, like a steel, which can act against any virus, whether it is COVID-19, any disease, our body will act against it. That's the kind of body we have to have. But for this, you have to work on it. Even when you're normal and healthy, you have to change your body constituent. You have to do meditation. You have to focus. You have to keep on taking some herbals. You have to keep on cleaning your senses. So that's what we are following, right? So this is a little different from traditional, including Ayurveda. In Ayurveda, what they do, they try to balance your humors. They try to balance this Pitta, Kapha, and all those three humors. They try to balance it and leave you there. Vata, Pitta, Kapha. They try to balance it and leave you there in limbo. They don't really, even though there are some herbals they use which are good to treat the disease, they are not focused too much on the preventive effect. Siddhas, right from day one, when you do Siddha Yoga, you start developing your body. You stop developing the immunity. That is why I was telling all my friends, why am I not talking about making more preventive effect to the body? Maybe trying to discuss some medicine. Anyway, that is Siddha part. So at least you have some idea about asana, some pranayama, and then Shamji, I'll come to you. Give me a minute, one minute, Shamji. So pranayama is the part where you're inhaling, exhaling the breath. Ours is a different type. And then pratyahara is controlling our senses. That we do in our we focus when you are doing meditation. When you do the mantra, slowly we close your eyes and close all our senses, quietness. We do pratyahara. Dharana comes in our mantra. When we focus on a mantra, which is the syllable I gave it to all of you for first step meditation, where you have your bija mantra, you focus on the mantra. Dharana comes there. Then dhyana. Dhyana is a part which is meditative part, where you have a keen focus on certain things, but then not on concentration. We don't. I always ask you not to concentrate on the mantra. Initially, you first have the mantra. Slowly, when it comes on transcending, not worry too much, then keep on doing the mantra. So there the dhyana comes, and samadhi comes naturally in the second part. That is what we have been talking about, the second part of meditation. We sincerely do it repeatedly, the third eye meditation, or Surya meditation, samadhi happens naturally. So essential thing is, when all these Ashtanga Yoga are nothing but limbs, it is not separate steps. That is where we differ between north and south. People are having different ideas. Shamji, go ahead.
I just wanted to add to your discourse.
Yeah.
The three types of body are Vata, Pitta, Kapha. And this Vata, Pitta, Kapha, they have identified our human body, and each individual is made of Vata, Pitta, Kapha, but some people are more in Vata, some people are Pitta, but this all has to be balanced for us to have a healthy body. Okay, that is the body part. Now,
this is the Ayurvedic aim. Yeah, Ayurvedic body.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
JC already talked about mind.
Yeah.
And you already talked about the Siddha perception. The Siddha perception is a very, very powerful, knowledge that has been not taken for granted because of various people for the various reasons. They suppressed the Siddha, but Siddhas never went away. It is one of the ancient wisdom of India. That's why it prevailed in South India, and that's why it still prevails there. And that's why they, when you're talking about Dr. Shiva
Ayyadurai. Yeah, he's on our website too. Yeah.
Shiva Ayyadurai, people, whoever is listening to this, please go and look at him. His grandmother was a Siddha meditation practitioner, and he was telling on a interview with Dr. Deepak Chopra, his grandmother used to look at people's face and tell them what is their problem. Say,
that's called Samutri Lakshana. Samutri Lakshana.
So that's why I'm saying this is your. I want to thank you, Dr. Manoharan. You are bringing this back to the this podcast to people to understand. Hey, what is the Siddha Yoga? It's great right now. For example, what you're talking about is Ashtanga Yoga. Yes, it is one. You don't do one step at a time. It has to be combined. Everything. You can't say okay, but we cannot really go into a samadhi or in a blissful state because of our environment where we live, how we do it. Very difficult, but we can practice it slowly. So you mentioned a lot of good things in Ashtanga Yoga, and also Siddha Yoga is deeper. Siddha Yoga, that's why I joined you, because I want to learn deeper. Because Ashtanga Yoga tells you so many things, but Siddha Yoga goes deeper,
much deeper,
more knowledgeable, more deeper, more. That's why they can. Transcend bodily to the heaven. That's what Mahavatar Baba is. He just transformed himself in a spiritual, and he's transformed himself, and he never died. You don't die. That is an example of Mahavatar. Not that many people. And when you're talking about Kriya Yoga, same thing. Paramahamsa Yogananda, his body is still there in Los Angeles, and he brought that knowledge to the West, and many people follow that. But it is a very, very deep. Kriya Yoga is not very simple. Yeah, like you said, it is just like going to PhD level of whatever education you take. So yoga is also same thing. It's a science. You have to go to PhD level. Means how many years you have to study? About 30 years to get a PhD degree. And if you want to learn in one day or 1 hour or whatever, it is not.
True, true.
But you're doing the attempt.
Thank you, Shyamji. So the essentially the Ashtanga Yoga, as Shyamji was talking about, misunderstand, and they think one has to finish the one step before go to the next step. The people are discouraging to get into the yoga path, but because of the mercy of the Siddhas, they come even to normal, simple people, and they start explaining in simple words, explaining who you are. You are really not a physical body. You have all these different constituents. So they make us realize. Remember, every time I ask you, are you feeling a tingling sensation? Are you seeing this gravity? All these things are some of those indications whether you are getting a higher level, you are getting the experience. I know Kumar and some other people, they're telling, oh, I'm getting this sensation here. They should sometimes say, I'm completely lost in time. So all these are some of the indications where you are getting progress. Okay. So because of the limit of time, I'm going to stop here. Next class we'll talk more about this Ashtanga Yoga and clearly clarify how our Siddha Yoga is also saying the same thing. After all, Patanjali is nothing but he's one of the 18 Siddhas. All right, all the 18 Siddhas give the same thing. In all their techniques, the first technique they give always involve the transcendence and also the Surumana or the third eye. Very, very, very important. Okay. So
will you be telling us how to practice this Ashtanga Yoga?
Yes.
Where do we start? How do we progress?
Yeah. That is what we are doing. That's what we're doing. Since you come for the first class, Mira. Yeah.
I missed is it something somebody can start like join late, or we have to go through a starting process?
No. We here. That is what I was explaining to you. Yeah, we don't go to the complex path. We don't go to the complex path. Some simple understanding, a day-to-day understanding, we try to explain, and then from there we slowly take you to deeper level. And each of these levels, when you really follow through, that includes all the Ashtanga Yoga, so-called complex Ashtanga Yoga. People interpret this as though it is something very difficult. It's a very long process, 12 years we have to wait and all those things. Siddhas never do that. Babaji makes it more scientific. Of course, more intensively scientific, and you get the result also. Many of us in the group, they all know that they can feel the transcendent. If you ask them, they will know what is transcendent means. And you feel differently after meditation. In Siddha's way,
So
in a Sanskrit way, they call, yeah.
So that's the type of meditation we learned in school, actually. The meditation we did was transcendental meditation.
Oh,
and
TM, okay.
Initially to build focus and then to regulate our breathing. The mantra gets used to regulate our breathing, which naturally helps us,
So if you have learned, if you have learned,
we were very young.
You forgot.
As a teenager and practicing as a middle-aged woman makes a big difference now. So.
Okay. So, but you didn't forget the mantra, right? You still remember the mantra?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the TM, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, who is the proponent of the transcendental meditation, is called TM. That is the first stage. TM is the first stage, and I'm glad that you know a little about it. First stage. But if you go a little higher level, since I was in Maharishi University as a faculty member, I know the highest level where they can go. Beyond TM, they have something called TM Siddhi program, where they give you 20 mantras, 20 mantras they give you, and you repeatedly say the mantra, then your body is hopping. Body will hop. I'm sure many of you might have heard about it. Body hops to certain limit. And then he keeps on giving more mantras, and then somebody becomes a governor. TM Siddhi, and then the governor. Governor is the one who controls all the 5 elements of the universe, and they do. One can do Siddhi. That's the kind of practice they do. But TM mantra alone is not complete. That is why only one mantra. So in Siddha's side, since Maharishi is more focused towards the Vedic culture, Vedic literature, they never explain too much. That is what I was telling. Between Shyamji was telling me it's north and south difference. So Maharishi never explained why the mantra is given, what is the mantra about, what is going to be happening in your body. Nobody can ask questions to these people. They just say a mantra, you repeat it, that's it. And they do some puja and give it to you. Same with the 20 mantras for flying also. They give the mantras, Do not ask question. In fact, they openly say, do not try to get the meaning of the mantra. They say it repeatedly, and they ask you to keep it a secret also. Anyway, so there is a reason to it. I'm not saying this is wrong. There's a reason to it, why you have to do it. But in Siddha Yoga, Kriya Siddha Yoga, again, Babaji's yoga, is more into explaining each and every step. We talk about openly. We discuss about this so that people will be clear. I always ask for the progress. So it is a different kind of focus, So they themselves become teachers. So after some time, all of our practitioners, they're all going to be teachers of this automatically, because we explain to them and everything is very clear.
Can I add something to what is this young woman? Her question is, you are saying that you had learned some mantra in your education, right? I want to tell you some. I mean, not exact. I'm just giving you a general example.
Mm-hmm.
We are, first and foremost thing, yoga has to be with the discipline. So what happens is, I'll tell you one example. Example to understand clearly is, when people join the army, what happens? They come from civilian, they come from their family, and then they go and join the army. The first and foremost thing is, they go and they have long hair, they have this one, that way. First and foremost thing is, they cut their hair, they all have discipline. So they make them into number one. Then they call it boot camp. Boot camp is they're training everybody they have to train their mind, and they are disciplined for 6 months. 6 months for them to train from the civilian life to army life. Now, after that, they train them what they can be according to their capacity. Now, they also tell them, hey, you're here to defend your country. Okay, I'm just giving an example. Now, we're talking about yoga. Yoga is also, number one is discipline. How many people get up I get up every day by 4:35 a.m. I've seen Dr. Manoharanji and Jayashree, they get up. That is the discipline. You can say, oh, I'm not going to, you practice with, then you get ready, you meditate, and then these are the things of discipline. Number one, if you don't follow that, and you get up at whatever is right time, I want to do yoga at 12 o'clock in the noon after lunch. No, there are some disciplines you have to follow. So that's why I'm telling young people or anybody that you have to have a discipline. Yoga is a way of life. It is a discipline to get the most benefit of it. You cannot just jump into all of a sudden to that. Same way that you have a person there, Kumar, he does marathon. You can't run marathon in one day. You have to practice every day. You have to run 1 mile. First day you can run 1 mile, then you have to do 2 miles, then you have to. How many times he comes to your life, they run 24 miles. That is the discipline, practice, sadhana. So discipline, sadhana, these are the steps that you have to do in order to get this benefit of yoga,
Yeah.
So what Dr. Mano, that's I'll end here, and Dr. Manoji, you can go ahead and.
Thank you, Shamji. All right. Anybody else have any question about this? Today's lecture on Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, or the Ashtanga Yoga, or any other thing we talked about the mind. Yeah, go ahead. Anybody has a question?
Mano, can you recap in Tamil for my?
Yeah. Briefly, சொன்னல நானு. அம்மா இதான் தமிழ்ல வந்து சொல்லணும்னா சுருக்கமா இதான். இன்னைக்கு என்ன பேசணும் அப்படின்னா, இந்த பதஞ்சலி யோக சூத்திரங்கள் அப்படின்னு ஒரு அதான் பெருமாள் சொல்லுவாங்க. அதுல இருந்து வந்து நிறைய அதுல வந்து அஷ்டாங்க யோகம்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதுல வந்து ஒரு அஷ்டாங்க யோகம் சொல்றாரு. 8 பிரிவு இருக்குதான் தமிழ் யோகத்துல. அந்த 8 பிரிவு வந்து ஒன்ன பண்ணிட்டு தான் நியமம் யாமம். நம்ம ஊர் என்ன சொல்லுவாங்கன்னா, இந்த மாதிரி ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல வந்து நீங்க வந்து கடவுளை கும்பிடணும், கோயிலுக்கு போகணும், 1. 2வது ஸ்டெப் வந்து கோயில வந்து வேலை செய்யணும், ஹெல்ப் பண்ணணும். 3வது வந்து அந்த ஆசனம் பண்ணணும், இந்த பத்மாசனம் அதெல்லாம் சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, சூரிய நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணணும், ஆசனம் பண்ணணும், அப்புறம் பிராணாயாமம் பண்ணணும், மூச்சு இழுக்கணும், மூச்சு விடணும். அப்புறம் வந்து ஒரு விளக்கு வச்சுட்டு அப்படியே பார்ப்பாங்க, தாரணைன்னு வாங்க, ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு பொருளை வந்து அப்படியே கான்சன்ட்ரேட் பண்ணணும். அப்புறம் வந்து தியானம் பண்ணணும். அப்புறம் வந்து சமாதி. இப்படி 8 ஸ்டெப்ஸ் இருக்குது. அதை வந்து நீங்க ஃபாலோ பண்ணீங்கன்னா கேட்டாரு அவரு. அதுக்கு தான் நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணேன். நம்ம தமிழ்ல இருக்க சித்தர்கள் வந்து என்ன பண்ணாங்க, இதை சிம்பிள் ஆக்கிட்டாங்க. ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா சில அவர் சொல்றாருல, இப்போ வந்து அவ்வளவு டிசிப்ளினா இருக்கணும்னு, இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கிறத சாதாரண மக்கள், நம்மளா வந்து குடும்பத்துல இருக்கிறவங்க, சம்சாரிகள், அதனால நிறைய பண்ண முடியாது. பாபாஜி மாரி பெரியவங்க என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னா, இது காட்டுல இருக்கிறவங்க மட்டும் வேணாம், சம்சாரிகளும் பண்ணணும், அதை யூஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக நமக்கு ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா சொல்லி கொடுத்தாங்க. அதுதான் வந்து பாபாஜியோட கிரிய யோகம். பாபாஜியோட ஒரு முதல் டிசிப்ளே வந்து லாகிரி மகாஷாயா படிச்சு பாருங்க, நீங்க உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். அவர் வந்து நம்மள மாரி ஒரு சாதாரண ஒரு சம்சாரி, ஒரு கிளர்க்கு, ஒரு பழைய பிறவியில் அவருக்கு இருந்ததுனால சொல்லி கொடுத்தாரு. அதனால நம்ம சித்த யோகத்துல என்ன அப்படின்னா, எல்லா 8 இது அடங்கி இருக்குது. இல்ல, நம்ம பண்றதுலேயே 8 அடங்கி இருக்குது. அதுல அவங்க தப்பா புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு என்ன பண்றாங்க, ஒரு ஸ்டெப்பா தான் பண்ணணும் அப்படிம்பாங்க அவங்க. அது சொன்னார், நார்த் சவுத்னு சொன்னார், வடநாடு தென்னாடுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தாரு அவரு. ஆனா நம்ம சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கறதுல இந்த 8மே இருக்குது. அதோட வந்து அதுக்கு மேலையும் போறோம். அதுக்கு மேலையும் வந்து நோய் இல்லாத தன்மை. நம்ம தமிழ்ல வந்து சொல்லுவாங்க, சித்தர்கள் வந்து எப்பயுமே சித்தன் போக்கு சிவன் போக்கு அப்படிம்பாங்க. சித்தன் போக்கு சிவன் போக்கு. சிவன் போக்கு என்ன அப்படின்னா, மூப்பு, பிணி, சாக்காடு 3 இருக்கிறதுமா. கேள்விப்பட்டீங்களா? சாகாத்தலை, வேகா புனல், போகா புனல் போ அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. சாவை போ, சாகா கால், வேகாத்தலை, போகா புனல் அப்படின்னா, அது வந்து இந்த இது இல்லாம பிணி, மூப்பு, சாக்காடு அது முல்லாம் இருக்கணும் அப்படிம்பாங்க. டிசீஸ் இல்லாம இருக்கணும், ஏஜ்லெஸ்ஸா இருக்கணும், அப்புறம் டெத்லெஸ்ஸா இருக்கணும். வள்ளலார் சொல்லிருக்காருல, ராமலிங்கடியார் சொல்லிருப்பாரு, சாகா கலைன்னு சொல்லுவார் தமிழ்ல. அதை 3ஐயும் நம்ம வந்து எடுக்கிறதுக்காக தான் சித்த யோகம் பண்றோம் நம்ம. இது கொஞ்சம் வித்தியாசமா இருக்கும். வடநாட்டுல வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, அவங்க வந்து இந்த வதம் பித்தம் இந்த ஹியூமரை வந்து பேலன்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு நல்லா ஹாப்பியா இருக்கணும். அதான் அவங்களுக்கு ஹாப்பியா இருக்கணும் லைஃப்ல, அவ்வளவுதான், வேற ஒன்றும் வேணாம் அவங்களுக்கு. ஆனா நம்ம நாட்டுல, தமிழ்நாட்டுல மட்டும்தான் இது மாதிரி நம்ம வந்து ஒரு சேலஞ்சா எடுத்துக்கிட்டு நோய் இல்லாம வாழணும், ரொம்ப நாளைக்கு இருக்கணும், இந்த 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 டெத்தையே, இறப்பையே வந்து எடுக்கணும்பாங்க. பிறவாமை வேண்டும், பிறந்தால் இரவாமை வேண்டும் சொல்லுவாங்க. பிறக்கக்கூடாது, பிறந்துட்டா இறக்காம போகணும். அதுதான் நம்ம தமிழ் சித்தரோட பெருமை. இதெல்லாம் காமிச்சிருக்கிறாங்க. அதை தான் நான் சொல்லிக் கொடுக்குறேன் உங்களுக்கு. என்ன வித்தியாசம்? பதஞ்சலி யோக சூத்திரத்தை கன்ஃபியூஸ் பண்ணிக்காதீங்க. இப்ப ஷாம்ஜி பாருங்க, அவர் எங்கேயோ போய் எங்கேயோ கத்துக்கிட்டு கன்ஃபியூஸ் பண்ணி திருப்பி கடைசியா நம்ம கிட்ட வர்றாரு. ஏன்னா இங்கதான் வந்து உண்மை இருக்குன்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு. அது அது உங்களுக்கே தெரியும், அவர் பேசுறத பார்த்து தெரியாது. இத்தனை வயசா எவ்வளவு கத்துக்கிட்டு, அவர் வந்து யோகா டீச்சர். அவர் ஆக்சுவலா வந்து ஷாம்ஜி வந்து கலிபோர்னியால ரொம்ப நாள் யோகா டீச்சரா இருந்திருக்காரு. அப்படின்னா பாத்துங்க எவ்வளவு ஒரு விஷயம் நம்ம சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கோம்னு. ஸோ பாபாஜி வந்து நம்ம சாதாரண நினைச்சுக்கவே கூடாது. அவர் சொல்லிக் கொடுக்குறதெல்லாம் வந்து அவ்வளவு டீப்பா. அதனால தான் நான் முன்னே சொல்றேன், நான் இனிஷியலாவே நம்ம இந்த குரூப் சேர்ந்திருக்கிறது வந்து ஒரு ரீசனோட தான் சேர்ந்திருக்கிறோம். இவ்வளவு டீப்பான நாலேஜ் வந்து இவ்வளவு சிம்பிளா. குமார்ட்ட அடிக்கடி சொல்லுவேன் நான், நீங்க இந்தியாவுக்கு போனா கூட, தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு போனா கூட இதுவே சீக்கிரமா கிடைக்காது, ஈஸியா கிடைக்காது. ஏன்னா காட்டுக்கு போய் சித்தரோட உட்காந்துருக்கணும் நம்ம. நான் தேடி பிடிச்சி ஒரு 25-30 வருஷம் இதில் ஆராய்ச்சி பண்ணி அந்த பாடலாம் படிச்சு, சித்தல் பாடலாம் படிச்சு, அது இப்ப தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டோன்னா தான் எனக்கு புரிஞ்சுது, இது பெரிய விஷயமா இருக்கிறத எனக்கு கொண்டு போகணுன்ட்டு இன்னும் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம், பார்க்கலாம் என்னன்னுட்டு. ஸோ அதான் இன்னைக்கு பேசுறது வந்து இந்த பதஞ்சலி யோக சூத்திரமும் நம்ம தமிழ் சித்தரோட யோகாவும் ஒண்ணுதான். ஏன்னு கேட்டா, அவர் பதஞ்சலியே ஒரு 18 சித்தர்ல ஒருத்தர் தான் இல்லையா? அவர் அதான் சொல்லுவாரு. சாதான் நீ சொல்லி கொடுத்துருக்கோம். இப்போ அடுத்த கிளாஸ்ல வந்து இன்னும் நம்ம இந்த பதஞ்சலி சூத்திரம் கொஞ்சம் அதிகமா பேசலாம். நிறைய விஷயம் இருக்கு சொல்லலாம். உங்களுக்கு கொஸ்டின் இருக்காமா? ஓகே.
Okay, Manoranji, I want to tell you one thing to you.
Go, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah. One thing I want to tell the people is, there is a Badrinath and Kedarnath. How many people know? Raise your hand about Badrinath and Kedarnath. How many? Okay. This is in the north in Himalayas. This Badrinath, Kedarnath, the famous temple. Now tell me, who is the head priest of Badrinath and Kedarnath? Can somebody tell me who is the head priest of Badrinath and Kedarnath?
Nambudiri, right? Nambudiri, Kerala, please.
Nambudiri. These people from south, and they are the head priest of Badrinath and Kedarnath, because these are the people who are enlightened people, who have the knowledge. Their city is here. Why not? And where the people are, the head priest is coming from Badrinath to Kedarnath from south. Nambudiri Path, another person is from south, Karnataka, and all these people are so much. Why is that? How come no head priest from north? That tells you where the knowledge, where the wisdom, where the knowledge is. They respect it. They are the one maintaining. They just go and look at it. It's filled with, they do every day, April 30th. It is filled with snow. But these people requested, to open the temple because the auspicious day, April 30 or something in May. Go in and Google how this has been thousands of years of, this is not 1 day, 2 day, thousands of years of tradition. And where is that coming from? They're coming from the south. It is because that Badrinath and Kedarnath is where all, this is Shiva and all these temples are there, and they lost the knowledge there. But where the knowledge? Where is the head priest? They know how to perform the puja. That's what I want.
Thank you, Shamji. See, it is not the difference of south or north. Actually, it is a different way of approaching. So all the rivers go to the same sea. But the way you touch, you can touch your nose like this, or you can touch your nose like this also. Okay, so there are different ways. But for some reason, in some parts of India, even though we follow all this, the real knowledge is forgotten. It has been disappeared and is misinterpreted sometimes. Like I was telling Patanjali, Ashtanga Yoga misinterpreted everything. So there's a lot of things we can talk about. There is no difference between south and north. The ideas, whatever Vedas say, whatever Siddhas say, everything is same. Agastya is from north. He's also a Siddha. So they combine. They made easy in the south so that everybody can follow. Babaji's teaching we are following for everybody, including the household people, householders like us, you and me. You can also follow. So that is what we are teaching. Okay. All right. So if you don't have any other questions, then we can finish the thing. Yeah. Okay. We will do Shivanama and finish it. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namaya Navasima Mavaya Nasisiya Namava Vashivaya Navom Shivaya Namaya Navasima Mavaya Nasisiya Namava Vashivaya Navom Shivaya Namaya Navasima Mavaya Nasisiya Namava Vasimaya Naom 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Priya Babaji. Om Priya Babaji. Om Priya. Thank you. Thanks for attending. Any questions, you can always WhatsApp me.
Hi, guys. Bye.
Bye, Guruji.
Thank you.
Bye, Freddy. Sharmi, அம்மாவோட சொல்லுங்க வேற ஏதாவது உங்களுக்கு கொஸ்டின் தமிழ்ல பேசணும்னா அப்புறம் கொஞ்சம் முடிஞ்சு பேசலான்ட்டு. ஓகேயா? வாட்ஸ்அப்ல பேசலாம் இல்லைன்னா எங்கிட்ட பேச சொல்லுங்க. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Here's the prasad, guys.
Is a virtual prasad.
Virtual prasad. Haha, come home.
So send it virtually.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. If any of you want to listen to the lecture and the discussion, you can go to the YouTube. This will be in YouTube also if you want to review. Okay? Thank you.
Okay.
Sanjay, I have to go a little outside and then we'll talk later, okay?
No, what's that?
We'll talk later. I'm going outside. When I come back, I'll give a call to you.
Okay.
All right? Okay. Thank you.
Let me leave. You can start.
Yeah, don't start.